Hey VC, it's Ted here to do a quick video. This is in response to Fred bigstar1000's Gimme 10 US Psych Records. So I've got 10 records to go, so let's get started. The first one is actually a comp. It's Nuggets, and I know you guys are familiar with this. So this is artifacts from the first psychedelic era, 1965 to 1968. And the reason that this one interests me is because it has all the usual suspects on it. But the guy that put it out was ended up being, I think he was a guitarist in Patti Smith's band, and then also the liner notes. A lot of people say it's the first time that the word punk was recognized. This is fantastic. Double record, gatefold. It's got information on all the bands, and the inner sleeves are really cool too because it's got a collage and pictures of all the bands. So you guys find that. Okay, 3 from my backyard here in Texas. The first one's Josephus, Dead Man. So a band that got together in the 60s, heavier side of Psych, which is kind of a theme today for me. And they're out of Houston. I've got another band out of Houston too. This is fantastic also. I'm not gonna tell you how they sound because, I mean, you guys already know that it's Psych. The next one is the Golden Dawn Power Plant, also a band from Houston, and a classic here in Texas. Golden Dawn. This was 1970. Okay. Classic that everyone should own. A lot of people think that this is the first Psych record and one of the first albums to actually feature the word psychedelic in the title. 1966, recorded in Austin, Texas. The great, prolific Rocky Erickson and band. Just a profound lyricist and hellacious voice. Hellacious. Okay, next one. Continuing on that theme, but heading to New York, another album that was considered one of the first psychedelic US albums with the word psychedelic in the title. Blues Magoo's Psychedelic Lollipops. This was actually in the Bronx, recorded in the Bronx. Okay, next one. Another heavy one. This is Dust. A lot of people know that this features Mark Bell, who is Marky Ramone from the Ramones. This is the first of only 2 albums from Dust, and in my opinion, the best for sure. Recorded in 1970. Hell of a record, and this is actually an OG. Next, New York? No, we're moving to California. Sorry. Blue Cheer. Another one on the heavy side. A lot of people think that this was as well as the Dust record, some of the beginnings of heavy metal. But very, very extremely psychedelic. 1968. There's a song on here called Dr. Please. Yeah, Dr. Please, which was about drugs. That's a great record. My favorite from them for sure. And then another California, Captain Beyond. And this had some players that would go on to be Deep Purple, Johnny Winter, Iron Butterfly. And this was recorded in Hollywood, 1972. Great. This is the one that has the hologram on the front. Two or three more, and we're doing great. We're at about 6 minutes. Okay. The next one is the Frost, rock and roll music. Not talked about too much in the psychedelic ring, but I think that it sounds a lot like some heavy psych. Dick Wagner is the brainchild here. This was recorded in 1970. And he went on to be a player in a lot of big bands. This is on Vanguard, and I believe that they were out of was it Michigan? I think it was Michigan. Okay, this one here is called Inside the Shadow. The band is anonymous. This is extremely psychedelic, and these guys were. This is from the early 70s, but they actually formed in the 60s, and this is a reissue, of course. There was only 300 pressed originally. A little bit folky, very psychedelic, fantastic female singer. Some clips on YouTube about this, Inside the Shadow. This is a one-off for a band from Indianapolis, and this was recorded in, I want to say 72, 71, and this is all instrumental. Witch Burning, Salem, Mass, and this is so great. This is psychedelic. It's got some progressive leaning. Really good album. The label is Ekorama. That's 10. All right, we've got 2 minutes left, so let's do one to grow on here. Okay, recorded in 1973. This album is called The Formal Female. I'm saying that right? And the reason I grabbed this is because we're listening to it and it was laying out. 1973. This dude here, when he recorded this, he went through a hellacious divorce and had no money. He recorded this on a 4-track in his bedroom, had foam on the window so you couldn't hear the subway or anything. And this is just so good. It's got, well, you can hear it, and you've been listening the whole time. It's very lo-fi. He's got some really killer guitar work. His voice is, it sounds like it was done on a 4-track, but it's been remastered for this issue, and he plays killer harmonica throughout too. So his name is J.W. Farquhar. You know what? I think I showed this on my initial video at the beginning. Anyway, in response to Fred, he left a great comment on my first video, so I wanted to show some of my psych records. I just grabbed 10 that I absolutely knew were from the United States, but I will talk to you guys soon.